the Elkhorn City Council meeting. The meeting is called to order. I'd like to ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
All council members are present.
Great. We are blessed to have Tamara Otero here with us today. She's on the Cajon Valley School Board. Tamara, would you come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a brief moment of silence? Thank you.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The city clerk posted orders of adjournment of the May 14th, 2019 meeting and the agenda of the May 28th, 2019 meeting in accordance with state law, council, and housing authority policy. Before we get started today, we have kind of a neat thing happening here. We have a new member of our body, Mr. Phil Ortiz. Phil is beginning his role as a city council member, and we welcome him. Welcome, Phil. Gary, did you want to say something?
Yes. Again, welcome, Phil. I see this as a new era for the city of El Cajon, a new atmosphere here. You are all very much welcome to come and speak your mind, whether you think we might agree with you or not. You're our strength. You're our eyes and ears in the community. We appreciate you being here, and we appreciate and value your comments. So thank you so much.
Great. Anybody else like Bob?
And we welcome Phil, and he'll be a good council member, I'm sure. I know him from other places. And I just want to let you know that we as the council, we work for the citizens of El Cajon. We don't work for ourselves. We work for you and for what's right for the citizens of El Cajon. So thank you for being here today, and hope you'll get to know Phil and welcome him into your friendship. Thank you.
Well, Phil, welcome. It certainly is nice to have a little bit of peace on the side. This job is about serving people. It's a customer service business. You are our customers, and we serve you. So we are in the customer service business. Phil is very good at customer service. So he has his own business, so he knows as a businessman what it takes to make things good for you. So I welcome you as well and look forward to serving the city together.
Thank you very much. Are you ready to make a speech? Or please.
First and foremost, I want to thank the council for the vote of confidence. We'll do the best job possible, and to the citizens of El Cajon, I've grown up serving this community, and I'm going to keep doing that. So I'd appreciate it. As the other councilman said, you are eyes and ears out there. I want to hear from you. I want you to reach out to me so we can continue making El Cajon the greatest city in East County. Thank you very much.
Okay. We have several presentations on today's agenda. Our first presentation is a proclamation for San Ysidro Health Day. Monica Zeck will read the proclamation, and I would like to invite my friend, Kevin Mattson, President and Chief Executive Officer, and his team to join Monica at the podium.
Again, this is a proclamation for San Ysidro Health Day, their 50th anniversary. Whereas in 1969, a group of 7 activist mothers needing care for their children along the border opened a small 3-room house with 4 volunteers through a partnership with the San Diego County Medical Society and the UCSD School of Medicine. This year marks the 50th anniversary of what has become San Ysidro Health in San Diego County. And whereas San Ysidro Health has evolved from that small clinic into a leading county-wide, federally qualified health center, Its network of 34 program sites provides innovative medical, dental, and behavioral health services for nearly 100,000 lives in their care, 40% of which are children and 22% seniors. And whereas through the years, San Ysidro Health added the Healthy Steps mobile clinics to reach patients with limited access to transportation. It expanded its operations of dentistry services at Rady Children's Hospital for medically fragile children. It also added a Chaldean and Middle Eastern social services branch to serve the East County. And whereas in 2016, San Ysidro Health became community chair for the Live Well San Diego East Region leadership team. In 2018, it became the only federally qualified health center west of the Mississippi to be awarded an All of Us grant by the National Institutes of Health to serve the diverse members in the community. Also in 2018, San Ysidro Health introduced its San Diego program for all-inclusive care for the elderly, PACE. And whereas in 2019, San Ysidro Health celebrates 50 years of providing compassionate care for all and is proud to be the employer of choice for 1,400 dedicated employees who selflessly provide compassionate medical, dental, and behavioral health care services for approximately 97,000 patients. Now, therefore, Bill Wells, Mayor for the City of El Cajon, together with the City Council, do hereby proclaim May 28, 2019 to be San Ysidro Health Day in honor of its 50th anniversary of providing quality care to the region. Signed this 28th day of May, 2019.
Hello, Kevin.
Thank you. Just a couple brief announcements. One, we're happy to be working on our construction project out on El Cajon Boulevard and expanding our services in El Cajon. And in addition, I think you're going to see a press release in the next day or so where San Ysidro Health Center and Mountain Empire have reached agreement, and we're working together to help better serve the population out here in East County. So we're working on a 90-day letter of understanding, and probably we'll be merging in the near future.
Nice. Can you tell everybody what you're building on El Cajon Boulevard?
Sure. We're the old Mercedes-Benz of El Cajon, or Cunningham BMW. We're going to be building a 40,000 square foot comprehensive medical and PACE program. The first floor will be a PACE program, or program of all-inclusive care for the elderly. In the second program, we're going to expand our Chaldean and Middle Eastern social services clinic from, right now we have 6 exam rooms. We're going to 18 exam rooms. We're adding 9 dental operatories and behavioral health services. So total 40,000 square feet. It's about a $20 million project to bring services to the underserved in El Cajon in East County.
Well, thanks for making El Cajon another one of your homes, and coming out and treating the people that live out here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Did you have a question, Bob?
No, I was going to ask you to say where your health clinic is, because we're on television and people would want to know where you're going to be if you're not there already.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Sure.
Thanks, Mr. Batson. Appreciate it. Oh, sorry, Gary.
Now, there's nothing more noble than helping those in medical need, so I applaud you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Thank you for recognizing.
Thank you. Next, we have the Crime-Free Motel and Hotel program. I would like to invite Officer Sue Stoller to share with us about this today. Hi, Sue.
Hello. Good afternoon, Mayor Wells, City Council, and staff. Today I'm talking about the Crime-Free Motel Hotel program. For those of you that don't know, this is a crime prevention community program collaborating with both the El Cajon Police Department and also our motels and hotels in the city. Working together with this program can truly be successful. Each manager, owner, or other staff employees go through the first phase of the program, which is basically about a 4-hour training with the police department, with me. Working together, though, to hopefully combat crime, drug activity, and any other issues that might come up at a hotel establishment. After the training course, we begin in the second phase of the program. During that phase, we conduct a crime prevention inspection. We give suggestions like improved lighting, better security, all the way to improved landscaping, painting, et cetera, et cetera. Once a hotel goes through the second phase successfully, they can become fully certified in the crime-free hotel-motel program. Now, this is not always an easy task, and not all of our hotel operators get to this point. But today, it is my pleasure to recognize 5 motels and hotels that are becoming fully certified in our program. They are the Travelodge, the Northgate Motel, the Super 8, the Days Inn and Suites, and the Courtyard Marriott. So will everyone representing these motels and hotels, if you please come up to the front here so that the mayor, city council, and staff can recognize you. Thank you.
And on behalf of the City Council, I'd like to extend my thanks to you for the work that you're doing. This is a really important part of our overall crime prevention program, and it could not be done without the cooperation of people like you. I know it's a lot of hard work, and I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. Now I'd like to invite Frank Carson up. He's the Director of Recreation. Frank, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about what happened last weekend with America on Main Street. And by the way, Frank, congratulations. You did a great job.
Thank you, Mayor. It was definitely a team effort with our fire department, police department, public works, finance, community development, city clerk included, city manager's office, and the whole city council as well, showing up and being a part of the event. This year, our theme was Out of This World, and I just want to highlight some of the things that we had going on there. So every year we do a different theme just so it's not the same old, same old. With the Out of This World theme, we had this Space and Science Zone. We had a Space and Science Zone stage. A lot of really cool science-themed items for people to go to. We switched it up, and we tried reptile petting zoo. I don't know if we'll try that again. But it was worth a try, with the space and science theme. We also had many themed rides that were space shuttle-like or an astronaut obstacle course, which was very well received. Our craft booths also were among the lunar landing, since it is the 50th anniversary of the lunar landing. To give you just some breakdown, we anticipate or estimated about 28,000 people came to the event. We did have 30 performances. 12 countries were represented at those. We had 16 different food vendors, 20 exhibitors, and about 14 countries were represented among that as well. I want to first invite our 2 set of sponsors down. We have Lauren Moreau from the Sequan Band of the Kumeyaay Nation and Jerica Edison from the Barona Band of Mission Indians. They have been sponsoring America on Main Street since we started. They've contributed over $60,000 to the effort, and I'd like to present them with a sponsor plaque. They sponsored the stage where we had the naturalization ceremony with 100 new citizens and 30 countries represented.
Thanks for being involved.
So next I'd like to invite up Christine Costa with Waste Management. They, for years and years, have been sponsoring our Armed Forces Way. Just to remind you, the third Saturday in May is always Armed Forces Day, so we always identify that. This is a photo of our Marine Corps booth actually there, and they're doing pull-ups with our community members. Thought that was a really great treat.
We just want to say that we're proud to support the City of El Cajon, and the America on Main Street is one of our favorite events. We always have such a good time, and we're just proud to call El Cajon our home and look forward to future events. Thanks.
Thanks for what you do.
We are supposed to have Lee Mensch from the Downtown El Cajon Business Partners here. And Downtown El Cajon Business Partners not only program the Prescott Promenade, but they are so generous with their funds to also sponsor so many other things within the Prescott Promenade. Lee, there you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Did you want to say anything?
Sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate the recognition. We're also very pleased that the concert series and our car show series is going very well. We're now the second largest car show in California.
Wow.
And our concert series is the second longest running concert series in California as well. So thanks a lot for the appreciation.
Thank you.
Our sponsors at Parkway Plaza were not able to make it, Carl Ball and Kelly Corbett, but we did want to recognize them for sponsoring the Parkway Plaza stage on Main Street. This was featured with many professional acts from all over the world, from Naro and Taiko drummers to Aikaya Atule, which we did appreciate a great deal. I'm going to ask Roger Doherty from Kaiser Permanente to come down. They not only sponsored our Main Street rides, but they also had a health clinic, a mobile health clinic on Main Street during the event. Roger.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you so much for including us and making this an opportunity that we can participate in. This is a fantastic event we look forward to supporting many years to come. Yes, sir.
When are you going to build our hospital?
That is my favorite question. Yeah. We have a 3-hospital strategy, which includes the building of a hospital on the property that we own here in El Cajon. We're working on it. We have, I don't have a timeline. I wish I did for you. We're working with our national office on the capital planning so that we can get the dollars here locally to invest here. But believe me, I live right down the road. I want it here as much as everybody does.
I live down the road, too.
I wanted to thank you for allowing the community garden on your property over there in Travelodge. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's going really well. Thank you very much for that. And I know that's been a huge asset for the community and the folks who are using that and benefiting from that community garden. So thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Next, I'd like to identify the president of the Cajon Valley Union School District Board, Tamara Otero, for sponsoring our Kids Play Zone and our Reptile Petting Zoo.
Thank you very much. I'm a little unprepared other than to say thank you, and thank you for constantly collaborating with Cajon Valley. Thank you to Parks and Rec. We just did our big TEDx event right before America on Main Street, and it's collaborations like this that make our events better. So thank you very much. Bob?
What kind of pets, reptiles did you have there? Horny toads and things like that?
I'll let Frank handle that one.
So we had an albino boa constrictor that was 9 feet long. We had a 12-foot-long crocodile. No, I'm just kidding about the crocodile part. But it was mostly turtles, amphibians, and more handheld reptiles that were safe.
Okay.
And they cycled in and out.
Good.
I'd like to see if Joe Britton, yes, he is here from San Diego Gas and Electric. We identified them as sponsor of Space and Science Zone this year. We're very happy to have SDG&E as one of our key sponsors. Joe, thanks.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be part of this great event. We look forward to sponsoring it for years to come and working with the city here. Thanks, Frank.
Thanks very much.
We also want to recognize Cost Communications. They didn't have anybody available to come today, but we do recognize them for sponsoring our street performers, such as these giant stilt walkers we had that were very popular at the event. I do want to now recognize our other sponsors for the event. So we have Ria Atuñez from San Diego County Credit Union, Dan Newland from Banner Bank, Luis Valdivia from San Diego County Fair, and Miguel Sadamia from Dreamstyle Remodeling of San Diego. Other groups such as Walmart of El Cajon and Bath Fitter San Diego could not be here. So if I called your name, please come down so I can give you your recognition plaque. All right. Now, of course, we couldn't do this without all the support of our city council, city manager's office. More importantly, we have 70 community volunteers that help put this on. Overall, this event is sponsored by so many people that it makes it so successful that we start planning about 13 months in advance. So as you can see here, we're ready for next year's. This is a save the date for the 7th annual America on Main Street. It's going to be, we're going to call it Aviation 100 or 100 Years of Aviation in San Diego. You'll see the Spirit of St. Louis there, originally called Spirit of San Diego, actually. And it's the 75th anniversary of ending World War II, so we want to recognize those that served during that time period as well. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Frank. I want to take a moment to recognize Frank. He probably puts 3 or 4 hours into this whole process. No, he puts months and months and months of work while doing all of his other duties, and he does it with a great attitude. He doesn't seem to be stressing at all. He organizes all of the security, all of the vendors. It's amazing, mind-boggling how much goes into something like this. And we are very aware of how lucky we are to have you, Frank.
Thank you, sir. I'm just a cog in the wheel. It's a big team effort. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Council, the next one is the poster contest. Let's go down so we can meet the kids and see the posters, huh? Okay, lastly, we have the poster contest winners for America on Main Street. Monica is going to tell us all about this and bring the kids up.
Well, Mayor and Council and staff, prior to the America on Main Street event, I speak to 5th grade students in the Cajon Valley School District within the city of El Cajon and present a poster contest on behalf of the event. I asked them to draw a poster related to the theme of America on Main Street, which, of course, this year was Out of This World, space exploration. So I asked them to draw something related to space exploration, if not highlighting the first walk on the moon. So members of the Friends of East County Arts joined me as well to be our sponsors again, as well as our judges. And out of quite a few dozens and dozens of posters, they selected their feeling for the top 3 that related to the theme and followed everything, all the criteria. So I'm pleased to start with our 3rd place winner. If I could have Peter Hanna with Holy Trinity School come up.
Bring all that over here. Okay.
Is this, oh, whoops, wrong one. Oh, here you are. Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Ortiz.
Hey, Peter. Once we get your poster squared away.
I also like to bring up Lori Brown. She's with Senator Brian Jones' office to also present a certificate of congratulations. So this is your first. Congratulations.
Hey, Peter.
And this is Lori. Oh.
Peter.
Peter. You're going to go to Lori, and then you're going to meet the
over here. We want to meet you and see what you did. Hey, how you doing? Good. Let's see. Why don't you tell everybody about this poster real quick?
I tried to make an astronaut and like spaceships, and I tried. This year we learned about space, so I did planet, and then I like doing 3D letters, so I did that.
That's really cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Senator Brian Jones presents you with a certificate of recognition to you. So thank you.
Don't leave yet.
You stay right here.
You're going to do more things. Let's see. We'll get everybody else here, too. Who's next?
Okay, announcing our 2nd place winner, and that would be Ian Isidro with Holy Trinity School as well.
All right, Ian, come on over here. I'll hold this. You tell us about what you did.
Okay, so for the Out of This World poster, I obviously put America on Main Street. Then I drew an astronaut and 2 astronauts, one on the moon and one floating in space. Then I did a bunch of spacecrafts, and I drew an alien, Ferris playing the guitar, because there's a lot of music. And then I drew a Ferris wheel for the rides and some other planets.
Nice. Congratulations. And that's from Senator Jones, so hold on to that, and we got one more.
And presenting our first place winner from Bostonia Academy, I'd like to bring up Kaylee Brock, first place winner.
Kaylee, come on down here. All right, I'll hold this, you hold this, and tell us about your poster.
So what I did, I wanted to incorporate everything that involves space. So first I drew a half of the Earth, and I put so much detail into it to look like the real Earth. Then I did shooting stars going around the planet. Then on top of the Earth, I did a military man, since he serves our country and he swears to protect our world. And I did a comet. I'm an asteroid right here. And I did an astronaut connected to his rocket so he doesn't fly away from the moon. And I did an alien and his astronaut claiming the moon too.
This is really great. Great detail.
And I did the solar system on the top to show our planets. And yes. And then I did another UFO with an alien side. And that's it.
Well, that's excellent. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, these are all our posters.
Just one more note. Friends of the East County Arts also sponsored the prizes for our 3 winners. And our third place winner will receive a $25 gift card to Target. Our second place will receive a $50 gift card to Target. And our first place winner, Kaylee, will receive a $75 gift card to Target.
All right. Wait, she wrote this book. I'm not an author, but she is. So she's good for her. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. All the city council wants to meet you and shake your hand. And if you can walk down this way and just say hi to everybody, I appreciate that. Okay, come and meet all the city council. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, good job.
Let's have a big round of applause for all these great young artists. Thank you. And thank you for the gift.
And if all our winners can join me out front for more pictures. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Monica. Okay. Now back to business. Agenda changes. Staff, do you have any agenda changes?
Mr. Mayor, no changes to the agenda.
How about from the council? Seems like none. That brings us to consent items. Consent items are routine matters enacted by one motion according to the recommendation listed below. With the concurrence of the City Council, a council member or a person in attendance may request discussion of a consent item at this time. Council members, do you wish to pull any of the consent items? Staff? Angela, do we have any speaker cards for these items?
No cards, sir.
Then I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent items.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
All right. I gotta catch up with myself now. This brings us to public comment. At this time, any person may address a matter within the jurisdiction of the City Council Housing Authority successor agency to the El Cajon Redevelopment Agency that is not on the agenda. Comments relating to items on today's agenda are to be taken at the time that the item is heard. State law prohibits discussion or action on items not on the agenda. However, council, authority, and agency members may briefly respond to statements or questions, and an item may be placed on a future agenda. Angela, do we have any cards under public comment?
Yes, sir. We have 3 speakers. The first one is Luisa Yanis.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Wells. Thank you so much for having me. And Councilman, I appreciate you. Also, everybody behind me, thank you for having us. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Luisa Yanis. I am actually born and raised here in El Cajon as well. Okay. And so I was a proud graduate of Valhalla High. And go Norseman. I'm here on behalf of Larry Wilski. He is a former Master Chief with the Navy SEAL teams, and he is looking to continue his service. He is the candidate for the 50th District, Congressional District. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update of kind of where things are at. First and foremost, I wanted to introduce Carson, a part of our youth intern program that we have established here locally. We have a great team, part of us, as well as a great presence in D.C., and we also have over 4,100 active donors nationwide. And we're really wanting to just make sure that we come here today and ask you what we can do for you as well.
Any thoughts? But thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Luis Valdivia.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members. As a proud member, or actually exhibitor, of El Cajon's America Main Street, I'm here to invite the community to the San Diego County Fair. Now, normally I would bore you with all the wonderful entertainment that we have, but I won't. I won't tell you about Pitbull or Toby Keith or Smokey Robinson or any of the wonderful entertainment we have. By the way, please forgive my informal attire. They pay me to wear this to promote the fair. The fair this year is all about the Wizard of Oz, and hence our tagline, Ozm. You get it? O-Z-S-O-M-E.
That's great.
I'm actually also not going to bore you with details about our International Beer Festival, which has become one of the largest on the West Coast, or our International Wine Festival or Distill Festival. There's lots to do at the fair. What I would like to talk to you about is our community involvement, our community outreach. Participating in an event such as America on Main Street is one of the ways that we get the word out there, that we participate in the community. I myself am involved in the whole community outreach program, and every year we participate between 30 and 40 events to promote the fair. As a matter of fact, one of the events that we go to is the naturalization ceremonies in downtown San Diego in April, May, and June. So this year, as part of America on Main Street, we actually provided our new citizens that became citizens in El Cajon with 2 free tickets each to go to the fair, to help them create this new tradition of going to the fair. But some of the things that we do, we have a street banner program where we go to different communities within the county. We have been inching ourselves our way east, which is why we're now here. We are in 23 communities. What we do, we invite people from the community to come to a photo shoot. We take photos of them, and they end up on a street banner in their own community promoting the fair. Because, of course, the fair, although many people still call it a Del Mar Fair, is the San Diego County Fair, and this is a fair for the entire county. So we really hope that we can get the city of El Cajon, the community of El Cajon, involved in our street banner program next year. We invite the community to reach out. We also have school tours, a program called Plant, Grow, Eat, a field trip program where we go to 132 schools. We reach out to 33,000 students. We teach them about animals, about agriculture, and it's not just the rides and the deep fried food. This is all about education and agriculture. Of course, we have our multicultural events. I could stand here for 3 hours. I only have 3 minutes. So for more information, go to the website sdfair.com, and hopefully we'll see you at the fair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Any questions? Okay, thanks.
Our last speaker is Jim Sirigliano.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, staff. Let me just start off by saying best Main Street event ever, in my opinion.
It was pretty
since
good.
I've lived in El
Thank
Cajon. He has to do a lot of hustling. I know he does a lot of hustling to put this together. City Manager Mitchell, thank you for your accessibility and for our very blunt meeting that we had. Thank you again. Councilman Ortiz, congratulations again. And I just want you to understand that when I speak up here, even today, excellent resume, and I'm sure you're going to make a fine councilman. I don't question any of that. What I question a lot of times is the process. And not only about this here, but other times also, okay? So I just want you to understand, I'm looking forward to working with you. As a matter of fact, I would love to meet you personally sometime for your accessibility and give you my honest feelings about a few things. Excuse me. I felt after that last meeting the other evening, it was the official kickoff of the 2020 campaign for a lot of things, okay? And I would urge all those applicants, which was tremendous. We had such diversity and knowledgeable people speaking, and well-qualified also. And I urge them to, if they're thinking of running, to start right now, because this is it. We're into the season here. Excuse me just a moment. Also, I believe what, Councilman Goebel, once you said about this redistricting that we've done, which I particularly didn't like the way it was done. But you made a comment once that, as a councilman, you represent all the districts. And I feel that's a wonderful attitude to have for the city of El Cajon. And districting, as far as I'm concerned, is just like gerrymandering sometimes, and that's why I make that statement. But I really don't have too much more to say, except that I enjoy coming here. Sometimes I wonder why, but and I think it's good because, as you stated, Mr. McClellan, it's on TV, and people can also cyber it all during the week or all during the month. And if anyone has any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them. But thank you for your time again. Yes.
Bob, I have a question for you.
I was asking, how's the mediation project going?
Well, I discussed this just recently with City Manager Graham Mitchell. I feel that the city really didn't get their money's worth, okay? And one of the problems, which are many, is that the mediators, okay, they wasted a lot of time. Between the mediator and my park owner, like I told Mr. Mitchell, there were at least 6 hours of late time, of travel time, that the city was, responsible for. And once again, I want to thank the city for letting us go through this process. I also spoke to Mr. Mitchell about making some changes to the existing code, the Rent Mediation Code 5.82, only because they're needed. And like I stated at the last city council meeting, I found out that a lot of park owners were involved with writing that up in 1991, which I really don't particularly was very fair. Mobile home parks are only as good as the owners and how they treat, and they yield a lot of power, okay, not only in the park but throughout the state. I appreciate you asking that question because I haven't given up on that. And matter of fact, I may be contacting City Attorney Foley about making changes also, because I understand the original was involved with the City Attorney also. And I hope that I can do something for the seniors, especially mobile home parks. You hear people speak about this here. A lot of people aren't even knowledgeable about what goes on. We're up against some very powerful forces within the state, Western Mobile Home Association throughout the state of California. Very powerful, lobbying in the state and everything else. So it's not easy, but I'm not going to give up on it. Someone once asked me, they said, life is too short to do what you're doing. And, well, as you may appreciate, Mr. McClellan, when you reach a certain age, you have to do something, and it's almost your duty to do it, because you realize that good and bad that's happened throughout your life, you recognize it a lot more, and you're almost obligated to do it. And that's how I feel when I come here. Agree or disagree, but like I said before at the last council meeting, we're in this all together. And that's going to be my mantra every time you see me here, okay? Thank you. Good, I'm sorry.
There's a bill in Sacramento that'll probably get passed that they're putting a maximum 5% on rental increases, which is still pretty high, but at the same time, they're going to cap it looks like about 5%.
Yeah, a lot of the bills that you're speaking of, and thanks again to Mr. DiMaggio for speaking about bills in the state every once in a while. They don't necessarily apply to mobile homes and manufactured homes. So that's what I'm saying. It's a little hard that way, although I'm in agreement with putting a cap on rents, 5%. Last election, I believe it was Proposition 10, which was trying to do something like this here. And if you remember, I was holding up signs about it last time also. But I appreciate your concern, because it is a concern. I just hope that staff, council, everyone becomes a little more educated about the mobile home parks and for the seniors. There are state laws, but they're abused also by mobile home owners. Any other questions then? But I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me speak about it.
It is tough on seniors, I admit that. And
yes, it exists, as I'm sure everyone understands.
That's why sometimes those 20-year leases, if you're 60 years old or 70 years old, are a good thing to have, so that
I don't quite agree with you on that. Okay, and sometime maybe we can speak about that, because I've studied 20-year leases, and I've even given information to City Manager Mitchell Graham about this here. And I'm not saying that you're completely wrong, but I understand the good and the bad, you might say, of a 20-year lease, signing them.
Right.
And that was part of, well, I won't go into it now, because I'll be up here forever. I don't want to take up too much time, but I appreciate that, because when someone asks one of us, anybody that gets up here to speak, a question, that at least gives us the opportunity to, under a 3-minute time limitation, to speak a little bit more about certain things. Any other questions?
Have you done any kind of survey on what rents are at mobile home parks in El Cajon versus nearby communities, La Mesa, Lemon Grove, Spring Valley, Santee?
We've done some. The thing is that when you're dealing with seniors, okay, within a park, and even some of the board, the HOAs, you might say, of the park, there's a lot of disagreement. And the two biggest things are always fear and apathy when you're working with seniors. And it's a hard hurdle. But yes, we have done some. And and as far as the comparisons go, you have to realize that, like I stated before, some parks, the owners treat their residents wonderful. $10 a year increase. Others are 5%, 4%, sometimes even higher, compounded yearly, as I've spoken about this before. And that's where a lot of the big burden comes in, okay? And that, because when you think about something that's compounded, and in some cases, sometimes people are even forced to sign leases.
So from your survey, how does El Cajon rank compared to Santee, Lakeside, Lemon Grove, La Mesa?
How do they? I would say that anywhere from average to even, to equal to much higher in some cases. Okay, like in my park, we're divided into two separate areas, and some people could still be paying maybe, we'll say, an average of $1,000 a month. But then some others, over time with 20-year leases, they'll shoot up like paying $13, $14, even a little bit higher. average rents. So, and that's one of the things that when you talk about signing 20-year leases, which is very much a disadvantage. Okay, but having a little bit of real estate experience myself, like I always encourage people, whether they're trying to sign another 20-year lease, which a lot of owners want to do, it's to their benefit. I always tell them that everything's negotiable. And if they understand the laws, and I can't go too much into that right now, there are some little minor options for at least a year or so that they can do to help them make up their mind where their rent would stay. Okay. And I might be utilizing that myself. My lease is up in 2020 of November of next year. So I may just opt up for one more year where the rent will stay stabilized, but that gives me time to, if I can afford to move or whatever I want to do.
Pretty hard to move one.
It's it's not only moving the coach, but just, as you know, when you're a senior, it's a traumatic experience.
Exactly.
Moving. Very much so. And I really appreciate you bringing this up, Ms. McClellan. That's great. Thank you. But like I said, I'm involved in a lot of things. And Mr. Ortiz, again, I hope you give me the accessibility to meet with you sometime, because we speak about a lot of things. And words are fine, and you spoke about a code of conduct, okay, that you want to make. And I hope that also, it's very difficult, but a moral code. It's very hard to legislate morality, as you all know. So, and it's everyone, council, mayor, staff, everyone here, the public. We all have to live by a moral code. And that's what I'm trying to increase when I speak about a lot of things. But, Mr. Mayor, this is great. I'm telling you, I'm so happy you haven't said, okay, thank you, Jim, for coming.
Thanks for coming.
But thanks again. Yeah. He was waiting to say that, I could tell. Thank you again. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No more cards, sir.
Okay. Item 8 is an item to fill the vacancy on the Planning Commission. And staff, will you please tell us about this?
Certainly. Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, upon appointing Mr. Ortiz to the City Council, you essentially created an immediate vacancy on the Planning Commission. Staff recommends that the City Council fill this vacancy. The staff report presented as part of this agenda item identifies 3 possible ways to deal with that. One would be to open up a recruitment. If that were the case, we would recommend about a 30-day recruitment, as is typical, and we would fill that position we'd recommend filling that position on July 9th. The other option is to sort of rely on the list of the last group of candidates for Planning Commission, which ended in January. Just so you know, that list is pretty small because there were only 6 applicants at the time. 2 of them you appointed to the Planning Commission, including Mr. Ortiz. One has subsequently been appointed to the Personnel Commission, and one has been appointed to the Public Safety Finance Fund, sort of audit fund. So really, you only have a candidate pool of 2. So with that, staff wanted to give the council various options, but given the fact that there's only two candidates left on that list, staff would recommend that you actually open it up and do a full recruitment. But we're looking for your direction, council.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Council, any questions of staff before we? All right. Angela, do we have any speaker cards on this item?
No, sir, no cards.
All right, that leaves it to us. Gary?
I think we need to reopen it. Things have changed in the city since since Phil was appointed to the Planning Commission, and we may have a lot more candidates that are willing to be on the Planning Commission.
Seems reasonable to me. Anybody have any other thoughts? All right, well, let's just go ahead and make a motion there, Gary.
Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the staff recommendation with a 30-day period for applications.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
All right, thank you. Item 9 is an item to consider canceling a summer council meeting. Staff, please tell us about this.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Traditionally, the city has canceled one of its meetings in August as a sort of a recess from the council meetings. It gives staff a chance to take a bit of a vacation. We can schedule vacations in that time. Staff would recommend that we continue that tradition and cancel the August 27th meeting. In order to cancel a meeting, it does take city council action.
All right. Any questions of staff? Steve?
Are there any pressing projects which might come due around that time, such as Magnolia Performing Arts Center, the Hotel Hampton, anything like that?
Nothing that's on the horizon that we think that would require a meeting. There have been times where a meeting has been canceled by the council earlier on and been reestablished because of a priority, or a special meeting was held to accommodate something. But at this time, there's nothing on the horizon that would indicate a meeting would be necessary.
Any other questions? No. Angela, any speaker cards on this?
No cards, sir.
Great. Staff, council, look for a motion. Gary?
Move to adopt the staff recommendation.
Second.
Move and second, please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
All right, there are no commission reports on today's agenda. Item 10 is my activities report. Item 11 is the legislative report update, and I'll ask our city manager, Vince DiMaggio, to give us this update.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. A couple of quick updates for you. AB 1332 was the sanctuary state contracting list bill that places people that are following the federal immigration guidelines, either their persons or their businesses would be placed on a list. And SB 50, overriding local development standards for affordable housing projects. Those two bills have died in the legislature for this term. AB 516, the authority to remove vehicles that we talked about last time, that has actually passed in the Assembly and it is in Senate committee. So that is continuing to move forward. AB 1356, which requires cities to allow cannabis retail sales if over 50% of the city passed the AMA. That is on the floor of the Assembly for the third reading, will likely pass. So those are the things that we're currently watching right now. It's conceivable in 2 weeks I'll have further updates on these for you.
What would the process be then to determine the 50% threshold? Would you have a special election?
Yes, Mayor. What we would do is we would go with the city clerk's help. We would look at what each precinct in the city, what the breakdown was in for the support of the Adult Use of Marijuana Act. We've done some cursory looking at that already, and we've determined that almost every precinct voted over 50% here in El Cajon for that. So it's very likely that we would fall under the stipulations of this piece of legislation if it were signed into law, and we would have to adjust our land use regulations to allow retail sales of cannabis.
Okay. Isn't that kind of exactly the opposite of what they promised us when they passed that last bill?
You're absolutely right, and we sent a letter per your direction that says exactly that.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions for staff?
That's standard for them.
Gary?
Yeah, I had heard that the number of marijuana dispensaries that would be allowed are 1/4 the number of liquor stores in the city. Do you know anything about that?
It does tie itself, as it's currently written, it does tie itself to the number of liquor stores per census tract. So we're going to have to look at what, there are some census tracts in the city that are over-concentrated. So if the legislation is not amended any further in either house, then we'll take a look at what exactly those ratios are.
So we can end up with bad on top of bad?
Conceivably, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Vince, thanks. Good report.
Thank you.
All right, we are now at activity reports for council members. Councilmember Kendrick.
As reported.
Councilmember McClellan.
As reported.
Deputy Mayor Steve Goebel.
As reported.
And Councilmember Ortiz.
As reported.
Mr. Mayor, you have agenda item 16 as well.
Did I forget? Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. Yes, 16. 12. My apology.
12. Oh, yes, thanks. Well, item 12 is an update on city council assignments. Angela, do you have any speaker cards on this?
No card, sir.
Okay. Staff, will you explain to this?
Certainly, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. With Mr. Ortiz now on the city council, it's recommended that he have some opportunity to serve not only you but also our residents. Mr. Goebel has graciously offered to pull off a committee, as have you, Mr. Mayor, as well. It's recommended that Mr. Ortiz represent the City of El Cajon at the League of California Cities San Diego Division, and also at the East County Economic Development Council as a voting member of that.
Great.
Okay.
All right, we don't have any speaker cards. Any questions of staff or discussion? All right, I move that we approve that item.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
Okay, there are no joint council member reports today. There are no general information items or first readings of ordinances on today's agenda. Item 17 is the second reading and adoption of an ordinance implementing the zoning code omnibus for 2019, and I will ask our city clerk to please read the title. But first, Angela, are there any speaker cards for these items?
No card, sir. And the title is An Ordinance of the City Council of the City of El Cajon implementing the zoning code omnibus for 2019 by amendments to Title 17 of the El Cajon Municipal Code as follows. Chapter 17.10, Administration, Interpretation, and Enforcement. Section 17.10.010, Administration, Interpretation, and Enforcement. Chapter 17.115, General Land Use Regulations and Performance Standards. Section 17.115.130, Performance Standards. Chapter 17.140, Residential Zones. Section 17.140.060, Residential Lot Requirements. 17.140.120, Accessory Structures. 17.140.170, Single-Family Dwelling Review Procedures. 17.140.180, Accessory and Junior Accessory Dwelling Units. And 17.140.210, Residential Land Use Table. Chapter 17.145, Commercial Zones. Section 17.145.150, Commercial Land Use Table. Chapter 17.185, Parking Standards. Section 17.185.140, Joint Use Driveways, and 17.185.190, Commercial Zone Parking Requirements. Chapter 17.205, Agriculture and Animals. Section 17.205.030, Ordinary Household Pets. Chapter 17.210, Alcohol Sales and Deemed Approved Alcohol Sales Regulations. Section 17.210.080, Conditional Use Permit Required. 17.210.100, Operational Standards. 17.210.130, New and Modified On-Sale Establishment Standards. 17.210.140, Distance Requirements, New and Modified On-Sale Alcohol Establishment Standards. And 17.210.160, Required Findings, New and Modified On-Sale Alcohol Establishment Standards. Chapter 17.225, Miscellaneous Special Uses and Regulations. Section 17.225.090, Outdoor Dining Areas. And Chapter 17.245, Wireless Communication Facilities Sections. Sections 17.245.080, Permit Required. And 17.245.080, Development and Design Standards.
Thank you. Nicely done.
Yeah, for sure.
Could somebody make a motion, please?
Move adoption.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
All right, we are now at closed session. Our city attorney, would you please recite the title and lead us into the closed session?
Thank you, Mayor. The City Council is going to meet in closed session on 3 items. The first item is a conference with legal counsel on anticipated litigation pursuant to paragraph 4 of subdivision D of Government Code section 54956.9. There's one potential case. The second is a closed session for conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code section 54957.6. The names of the representatives for the city are Graham Mitchell, Vince DiMaggio, Clay Shane, and Marisol Thorne. The employee organizations being reviewed and discussed are the El Cajon Police Officers Association, El Cajon Professional Firefighters Association Local 4603, the El Cajon Police Officers Association Management Group, and executive, unrepresented, and confidential employees. And the third is a closed session for public employee performance evaluation. The title of the office is City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney. I'd like to make a motion then to adjourn the closed session.
Second.
Moved and seconded, please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be in closed session for a short period of time. We'll come back and resume the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. The Mayor and City Council met the City Council met in closed session on item 18 for conference with its legal counsel on anticipated litigation. They gave direction to its legal counsel. Item 19 was a closed session for conference with labor negotiators, and for the four groups listed on the agenda, the City Council did in fact discuss those matters and gave direction to the negotiators. And as for item 20, the City Council performed an evaluation of the City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. City Attorney. This brings us to the adjournment. The adjourned regular joint meeting of the El Cajon City Council, El Cajon Housing Authority successor agency to the El Cajon Redevelopment Agency held this 28th day of May 2019 is adjourned until Tuesday, June 11th, 2019 at 3 o'clock p.m. Thank you.